Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye. Let's get right to this intro. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already hit the like and subscribe button, then make sure you do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays spitting. And I appreciate all the support, man. I'm very humbled. So I got punked last night. That's the word on the curb, man, that I got punked. And you know what? I'll go ahead and take that. If that's what it's going to take to make people realize that I'm a very humble person, then I'm going to go ahead and hold that. Let me hold something, right? But at the end of the day, man, I learned a lot. And last night was an eye-opening experience into seeing the type of man I've become and how my aggressive ways in the past, man, are a little bit different, right? See, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I would have hit old boy with a 4-piece extra crispy with a side order of sucker sauce, right? Without hesitation. But slowly but surely, the man that I have become makes me realize that I have a lot more to lose than just my freedom, right? My children, my possessions, my dignity and my self-respect was definitely on the line last night. And I'm going to play this video, man. And, you know, people think that I was out there at that Portland protest last night antagonizing people and getting in their face, but that's definitely not what I was doing. I was in my journalistic mode, right? I was trying to bring you guys every different aspect and in different interviews into what's really going on down there. We see everything on the news, and sometimes big media blows it out of proportion. They're making it a war zone. They're saying that, you know, it's constant violence. But in all truth and reality, it's not that. You know, last night there was some aggressive people, and I happened to run into one dressed as Spider-Man, right? So I'm going to play this video for you if you haven't seen it. A lot of people have watched it. I'm getting a lot of criticism and hate. People were saying that I antagonized, that I started this. I will say that there was a lot that was going through my mind during the whole situation. And I did lose my composure for a minute. But, you know, you got to remember, left, right, green, red, blue, yellow, none of that matters. At the end of the day, I'm a man. And when someone walks up on me or we have some type of interaction and it does get aggressive, I'm a man. And I'm going to defend my honor, my integrity, my respect, my self-respect, all that. Did I overstep the line? Maybe so. You know, I was trying to get my point across, but this man definitely was inebriated and not trying to hear it. And things got a little left real quick, right? They went a little left. But I'm going to play this video, man, and then I'm going to break some stuff down. So let's go. What's up, Spider-Man?
What's up, brother? What's up, man? Press? What kind of press are you?
What kind of press I am?
I know. What kind of press are you?
The kind that press someone's brains out of their head.
Press? Oh, yeah, journalism or press? I'm trying to figure this out. Journalism or press?
Journalism or press? I'm a press.
You're a press?
Yeah.
Okay, what's press mean?
Press means if you get up on me, I'm going to press back. That's
okay.
What press means.
Press.
That's
press.
What, that's what press
that
means.
You're not a journalist.
No, I am a journalist.
You're just an influencer.
I'm a YouTuber, a journalist. And
you're just an influencer.
Okay, and what
you're just an influencer and what
trying
to be stupid.
And what are you?
What you're trying to be.
Wait, hold up.
You're just
hold this. You're calling me stupid?
How you guys doing?
You're just an influencer.
Hey, what's up, officer?
Good. How you doing?
Hi, Spider-Man. I'm just introduced, but we're having a good. We're good, huh, Spider-Man?
All right, bro.
Oh, we're not good. Okay, wait till these cops go.
I'll see you later, alligator.
Nah, you
get out of my face, man.
Come on.
Get out of my face. You're just an instigator.
They're gonna watch that.
You're an instigator.
Yeah? Let's why don't you walk over here and I'll instigate your face.
You want to chat now?
You fucking masturbator.
You don't want to chat.
Instigator.
Can I chat?
Masturbator. Press.
No, I don't want to chat with you. No, I don't want to chat with you. I'm good.
With the press.
I want to chat with him.
Fake news.
All right, thank you. Thank you, officer. Let's go chat.
With the press.
You don't want to chat?
Fake news.
You don't want to chat?
With the press.
I'm not fake. Hey, the funny thing is,
well, you just said it's press.
I'm on your side. That's the funny thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Idiot.
See you later, alligator.
No, you don't want to see me later.
After a while, crocodile.
There's a bush right there. You want to go behind and see what happens? Exactly. Thank you.
All right, man.
I'll be here.
In Afghanistan, where'd your boots go?
In your ass if you fuck with me.
Oh, yeah?
That's where they've been.
These boots will go up your ass and I'll
Go
Get the fuck out of my
in the
face.
back of your fucking teeth.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Go on. Don't start fighting.
But you're so fucked up on fentanyl. Hey, bro, you fucking touch me?
No.
motherfucker.
Hey, you touch me, you spit that in my face.
Don't.
Peaceful protest, all right? Let's
Yeah.
just take
Yeah.
emotions
Well,
down.
So, as you can see, it got a little out of hand there. That woman had her flag, and he pushed the flag, and it kind of hit my mic. It hit me in the chest, the flag, and that's when I kind of lost my composure. Up until that point, man, it was just conversation, and I wanted to take it, to a darker place where there wasn't too many eyes, and we could have that conversation a little bit more in depth and further, right? But as this whole thing was going on, I was thinking to myself, this dude was a Peabody. He was a Pee-wee, right? Why was I letting this guy get me out of character? And the fact is, it's very emotional out there. There's a lot of different people screaming and yelling and protesting, and you're getting a lot of different emotions flying around. And so there's an adrenaline that's going around, electricity in the air. So even if you're not going out there for violence or to antagonize or anything like that, it seems like other people are constantly looking at you and they want to cause drama. This guy was definitely out there to cause drama. He wasn't out there to peacefully protest. He was out there to cause as much chaos as possible, and it almost got very chaotic for him. Now, as a man, I apologize to the people that watched me get out of character. It just is the nature of the beast. I've learned a lot. One guy got at me in the DMs and he had a harsh critique of me. And he said, you didn't learn shit in prison. You don't know how to be a man. You were out there antagonizing them, this, and that. I, in fact, learned a lot in prison, but not even so much in prison. Prison don't mean shit to me. Prison was just a place where I did time for the crimes that I committed, where I was held accountable for what I did. More so than anything, right, is the fact that I learned to be a man through raising my children, the hardships of life, the struggle of life, and realizing what I have, what little I have, as a single father, as a civilian man, as a non-gang member, as none of that I've changed my ways. It didn't take prison to teach me that. See, prison doesn't teach you to change your ways. You either do or you don't as a person, right? It's up to you to make that ultimate decision. Prison has no impact or bearing on that at all. So for that guy to say you didn't learn shit in prison, it's easy to say that from the sidelines. See, it's easy to sit there and want to watch these prison videos and all the drama and people being stabbed and riots on the yard and clap and cheer for that. But it ain't easy to go through county jail, to go through that system, to really go out there to that yard and to understand that it's life or death situations. Now, last night wasn't a life or death situation. It was a situation of two individuals not being able to have a simple conversation, when that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to not antagonize him, but basically, see what was going on, get his opinion on things. He didn't want to go there. I should have been the bigger man and just turned around and walked away, I guess, in that situation. But it was hard as a man when this guy, was questioning me on things that didn't even matter. Didn't matter if I was a legit journalist, if I was press, if I was, I was wearing the sweater that says press on it because I was told by an officer that if I got a sweater like that, man, people would be more open to conversation with me. It would show that as journalists or as people posing as journalists, right? Because I'm not saying went to journalism school and all that, right? But more people are accepting of you, right? So that was my whole thing. Didn't go down there to antagonize, went down there to get some more perspectives. And I think I did a great job. If you watch my video earlier, I did a great job doing that, letting people speak. That's the key to an interview. This guy didn't want to speak. He only wanted to speak in cops' face when they were basically couldn't do nothing to him. And it just was a fucked up situation all the way around. There's an older lady that was to the left of the situation. She could have got caught up in it. Like I said, 3-4 years ago, there would have been no question asked, no talking. It would have been swinging. But I've learned as a man to hold my emotions in as much as I can. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that it couldn't have went all the way left last night, because if he would have definitely took 2 steps to the right, he would have got knocked back 5 steps to the left. And that's just a fact, right? As a man, when you are not fearing the person in front of you and they realize that, that's when they accept the reality that they're probably going to get their ass kicked, right? And I'm not going to sit here and say that guy wouldn't hit me with some ninjutsu, not jiu-jitsu, some ninjutsu, because he thinks he's a Spider-Man ninja. But he'd have got choked. He'd have got choked out. He'd have got choked out, beat up a little bit, left in that bush around the corner, and I would have kept pushing on. That I guarantee. I could see the fear in his eyes when I thought he touched me. But that's neither here nor there. It's not all about who's the toughest man. You know, it's all about the message. And the message was delivered. The message was, you know, where have these boots been? These boots have been on the ground, and these boots will go in your ass if you keep talking that high power shit. And that's it. We could be men. We could be civil. We could be respectful. We could have dialogue. And that right there in itself, man, is how I'm pressing forward. And that's the man I've become. A man that will even have dialogue with you. Because back in the days when I was in prison, the youth authority, juvenile halls, county jails, even on the streets, okay, there was no room for talking. There was no dialogue. I didn't want to hear what you had to say. I didn't care about what you had to say. If you weren't talking Norteño business or agreeing with my cause, then fuck your cause. That's how I felt, right? Now I'm open and I'm in acceptance of everybody's get down. Like I let everybody speak. I want to hear everybody's perspective on life because it's going to help me to educate myself. I'm always seeking education. And there was definitely a lot of education diamonds in the rough, jewels being dropped last night. And I appreciate everyone who participated. Now, I'll say this. That same guy, later on, about a half hour after that, I didn't get a chance to film it, didn't want to put the violence on, but he ended up getting drugged and knocked out by another Antifa member. So it was just a trip to see those two guys that are from the same movement or part of the same movement, you know, go at it. And I think the Antifa guy was trying to calm him down because dude was too boisterous, just too out of his mind, drunk, and he got the 2-piece extra crispy put on him. I shook my head and said, "Hey, Spider-Man wasn't Superman. Okay, where was his web at? Wasn't there." But the people that are being judgmental and trying to make it look like I got punked, if that's what you believe, run with it, man. Run with it. You know, if I would have beat him up, what would I have accomplished? Or if I would even engaged in fighting with them, what would I have accomplished? Not a lot, man. I would have took everything that I've worked hard for and everybody that loves me and just basically threw them away off emotion, off anger. I can't let that dictate my program. That's not what I'm about, man. I'm about, you know, justice for everybody, equal pay for everybody, respect for everybody, people to be able to go out there, man, and live their life comfortable. That's what I'm about. So for those that are being haters, and there's a lot of them, man. Hey, Gunner, he punked you. Hey, Gunner, it's all your fault. Hey, Gunner. Gunner was out there though, boots on the ground. Gunner pulls up, man. With respect to everyone, there was a lot more love that I got, a lot more respect than I did, anguish or hatred. But the hatred's out there. That's the world we live in, man. That's the harsh reality is. The harsh reality is at least I'm willing to go out there and get in the zone, right? Auto zone, right? I'm going to get in the zone and show everybody how it is from every different angle. So you got to respect that. You know, I got a lot more video in its entirety to show, man, later on throughout the week. You know, I want to send a big shout out, man, to everybody who accepted me in their camps when I walked through there. And I went to everybody's little spot and chopped it up with everybody and got love and respect, man. And this was the only dude that seen. Well, there was a couple other kind of aggressive people that you could tell they were out there to fight. You know, there's a lot of people that were seeing the officers. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. The Portland PD, the cops that are out there, they're not stopping any fights. If you want to take the fade and do your thing, they're going to let you do your thing. They're going to arrest you after, okay? But they're not going to stop it. So if you're brave enough to go out there and pick a fight, you will get a fight. That's a fact, right? Also, except Spider-Man won't fight you. He ain't fighting nobody. He couldn't even beat the flag up. You know what I'm saying? He almost got beat up by the flag. As far as other people though, they're down to let it go. You know, I actually chopped it up with one guy. I believe his name is Tommy. The night before he'd gotten into a couple of different fades and he had to put a couple of different dudes on their pockets. And it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate from what he told me. I didn't put the interview on camera because he asked me not to. But from what he told me, man, he says, you know, I tried to be peaceful. I just holding it down from my side. and people got a little too aggressive and they wanted that fade, and that's what we did. So, you know, unfortunately, he had to go there, be arrested, and that's on his record, but he's back out there on the streets protesting and rocking how he rocks. Myself, I'm glad it didn't go all the way, but I was that close. I was that close, man. I didn't let that dude get me very emotional, but he did get me out of character, and that's something I'm gonna have to work on further in my life. But I'm a man. I'm just a human being, a person, man. My adrenaline pumps like your adrenaline pumps. You know, I had other people that while I went live, they were talking that shit. Oh, if I would have known you would have been there, I would have came and gave you the business, and all these different things that people say. But the fact of the matter is, man, you know, there's not a lot of things that a lot of people will do, but there's a lot of things that a lot of people will say. It's easier to say than do, to sit back on the sidelines and hope for drama. There wasn't a lot of drama out there. If you notice, every time the officers came out, and this is my perspective, this is what I really seen. This is the facts. Every time them officers came out, they were just coming out so that cars can go into the facility, and then they would back up. And they got a little bit more aggressive when they started to back up. You had idiots like that dude, Spider-Man. That's what we're calling him now, right? Spider-Man, who was trying to antagonize the officers, questioning them on, you know, where they've been and if they've been in the military. Look, I support all military troops. I support everybody, man, who's sacrificed so that we could have our freedoms and so that we could do this right here, right? But I don't support someone that was in the armed forces acting like they're better than someone else just because they've been there. You know, you go there for your own particular reasons, and I hope, man, it works out good for you in life. I've seen a lot of our armed forces that don't get the respect that they deserve, but I've also seen guys that come back with PTSD, or they come back with other initiatives to do bad things, right? PTSD, I understand it. I understand it. You see things that you're not supposed to see, or go through things you're not supposed to go through. There's a lot of people that go to prison and get out of prison, like myself, that suffer PTSD and being institutionalized. It's just different things that we were involved in make us kind of, I don't know, it just changes us, right? One thing I could say, man, is you become, the word that I'm looking for is you become enlightened to a lot that you shouldn't be. You also become desensitized to things that you shouldn't be. And that makes for a hard person. You know, it definitely does. So I want to apologize to Spider-Man, to everyone last night that felt like I antagonized or I started the bullshit. But at the end of the day, man, I held my ground, and he backed up, and I stood firm in my belief. And I was out there just trying to respect everyone. And that's just the facts. You know, people are like, oh, you're a MAGA supporter or you're an Antifa supporter. Hey, look, I support everybody, but not to the, you know, that's why if you noticed in my video, I kept saying, hey, I rock with you. Hey, I rock with you, because I rock with every person as a person. Their beliefs are their beliefs, not necessarily my beliefs. I'm brown, homie. I'm raza. My people are always going to come first and foremost, but I respect all people. And that's just the way it's fucking going to be. And that's the bottom line. So anyone that's talking their shit and saying I got punked or that I started it, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, get yours, do your thing. But remember, at the end of the day, a lot of you can't do what I do. A lot of you ain't willing to drive way over there to pull up, man. A lot of you ain't willing to go out there in a very aggressive situation, or to go out there at all and do something righteous for the people and bring the people the education that they so righteously deserve. You know, a lot of dudes will sit here and talk that shit behind a computer with the mask on, man. But I was really out there. Anyways, with that being said, I apologize to everyone for getting out of character, but that's just the fucking way it is sometimes, man. Can I say it won't happen again? No, I can't. But I hope it doesn't, man, because I have too much to lose and too much to gain out here on these streets, right? And I'm just being me. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. If you support my channel, join the memberships. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Dub's channel, man. Go help the brother out. He's almost at 100K. Let's keep it pushing over there for him. And let's just do what we do in life, man, and respect everyone humbly, right? That's all I can say about that. With that being said, this video right here is sponsored by Barrio Lakers. Make sure that you go out there to Barrio Lakers in the Central Valley if you're ever in the Turlock area, and go show the homeboys some support. Pull up, have a drink, buy a drink, man, and understand that that's a man of dignity, a man of morals, and a man of respect, and treat him as such, man. Shout out Barrio Liquors. Thank you guys, man. I really appreciate you. The gun. Bang, bang.